and it's an honor to moderate this session with Mr. Gautam Sarkar, Principal Aditya Birla School, Howrah, and Professor Anirban Ghosh, Associate Dean at Jacksam Vijayabhumi University. Thank you for being with us here today, Mr. Anirban sir and Gautam Sarkar. So, I would like to start my first question to Mr. Sarkar sir. Sir, what do you think are some challenges students face while planning for global education pathways today?
You asked me, thank you, Parvati. Thank you very much. The way you introduced, start the program. But I will come direct to the answer what you actually asked me because this is something which we are facing at school level every day. Now, the problem, if you can say, there are two things basically. They don't know whether going abroad is their passion or there is a purpose. This is something very, when I ask that, okay, you want to go to a certain country to study, you want to visit that country or you want to study? If you want to study over there, what do you want to study? And why you want to take up that particular subject over that in that particular university? As I feel that every hurdle starts with the state of mind. So the biggest hurdle, they themselves don't know what is the purpose of going to that particular university. And they can't differentiate that being a tourist and being a student are two different challenges. So whether they want to be a tourist or a student, that's the first hurdle. The second hurdle, which I feel, is the financial literacy. The moment they hear that, okay, a foreign university, they feel that, okay, that will be expensive. But they don't know it is very easier to get a education loan than a home loan. Rate of interest in an education loan is much lower than a personal loan. It means first hurdle is mental because they don't know the purpose and they don't understand the difference between a tourist and a student for an university. Second hurdle is financial. They don't have that financial literacy. I think the way we can see the hoardings for home loan, for gold loan, we hardly see any hoarding for education loan. That you can fulfill your dreams with your own money. And the last one is lack of motivation. So these three, I think the basic, you can say, hurdle which our students at school, they are facing. Yes, over to Parvati.
Yes. Thank you, sir. If I could know, how does your pathways help students in such hurdles? If you could give us some insight on that. I wanted to
Yeah.
ask, does your school help students in such hurdles?
In our case, we do continuous counseling. Counseling means we keep discussing. We have a special program called Mark Darshan. We follow that Mark Darshan where we talk with our students from standard 8. And then I said, okay, you do certain research, you find out which country you want to go, why you want to go, what is the purpose, do a research on that university, find out ex-students of those universities from India, how they're established, what the challenges they have faced. I just do small project with them. Like during my conversation that I asked them, okay, you want to go this particular university, why? Because you have seen that hero in Karan Johar's movie is coming from that university. Because of that, or you just want to see the lovely campus and people are dancing, you just want to go and dance in that campus. What is the purpose? Then they said, no, sir. Then they start doing the research. Then they start saying, okay, no, sir, this is the subject. This is what. Then slowly, gradually, I discuss on that. Secondly, in every PTM, in every parent-teacher meeting, class 9 onwards, I take that burden to discuss with them regarding educational loan. I said, wherever the salary account is, whether you have a savings account, please be updated about education loan. So see, the simple thing is that where we feel that communication is the only way where we can motivate them with this communication, that yes, they can get that much of amount of money from the bank at lowest interest, and they need to do a proper research before thinking of going to any foreign university. And the third one, sometimes we take the help from agencies like EduTV and other people, those who explain the parents the documentation. Sometimes we don't want to go. Suppose they have a dream, they want to go, but they can't because they think there's a lot of documentation. In our school, there are certain percentage that initially they are first generation learner. They have money, they have amenities, but they think that they cannot send their kids outside because they are not that way literate or they are not that way educated. So we take some help from other universities, private universities, or agencies who come and explain the paperwork. Over to Parvat.
Thank you, sir. I think that's really helpful for students who are looking at foreign universities. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. I would like to ask my next question to Professor Anirban, sir. So, how does your university's ecosystem support such students through this transition?
So very good question, Parvati. So see, every university, I think it's a responsibility of the university to educate the students for the transformation and transition in that part from UG to PG. So we get students coming from school. Of course, Mr. Sarkar said, it's school's responsibility also to give them that kind of mindset when they come to a college for an UG. So before I tell you how do we handle it, I must tell you two things. That when we hear that the student wants to go abroad. So first thing what I tell the students is that do not follow the trend. This has become a trend now to go abroad and study. So I tell them do not follow the trend. Okay, trend is always an illusion and it doesn't stay for long. You have to understand where you want to go. There are many universities in US, UK, Germany, New Zealand, Australia, where you can just pay money and take admission. You should never take an admission in those colleges because the ROI of those colleges are not good at all. You should take admission in colleges who take GMAT and GRE score and they take proper pathway admissions. Only those colleges you should go, or the top 4 colleges which we all know. Having said that, in Vijay Bhumi, when you come, as I told you that we have a pathway. We are tied up with Cage, we have tied up with Sunny in US, Cage in France, so we have pathways. So the moment students join as an UG program, okay, and they tell us that I want to go to Cage for my masters or for international BBA, then we train them, we groom them, we mentor them, and we try to understand that what is it that they want to do. They want to go to kids, they want to learn masters, but what is it they want to do there? It's not that you do cage masters or cage IBBA and you will be flying off. It's not that. So you have to have that mindset also. So we have different courses like life skill, lifestyle, okay, social immersion program. We have got internship programs, right? We have got research incubation. So through all these courses, we try to mold our student. We try to prepare and make our student international ready. Okay, that is one part of it. Another part in our curriculum, which is our curriculum is also international based curriculum. So through curriculum, through practice courses, we call it practice courses, through those courses, right, which I told you, life skill, lifestyle, social immersion program, research incubation, and internship program. Now, life skill and lifestyle, I'll take 30 seconds to explain what is that. Life skill is primarily those skills which you need to move ahead in life, as it says, right? So primarily, say, for example, learning advanced Excel, learning a software for research like SPSS, Smart PLS, ANOVA, learning those kind of stuff, right? Learning Power BI, which is very common. So these kind of courses, these kind of softwares we teach you apart from our main curriculum. Now, lifestyle, what is lifestyle? Primarily integrity, discipline, right? So we teach you discipline also, very important. How to become a good human being. Unless and until you're a good human being, you won't grow. So how to become a good human being, how to have your discipline intact, how to become professional, We teach you all that, right? So these are the courses. This is how we transform our school student who come into us to the international pathway, right? So over to you. Any specific question, I'm happy to answer.
Yes, I actually really like the lifestyle that you explained. I think that is something that's very important.
See,
My,
we are the only liberal professional curriculum in the country. We are the
hmm,
only university.
yeah.
Vijayabhumi University is the only university following liberal professional curriculum, and that is what we call it. We call it liberal professional because of three reasons. We have three very important pillars on which Vijayabhumi runs. First is holistically developed. Okay, so these life skill, lifestyle program, these practice courses makes you holistically developed. Okay, then we talk about continuously employable.
Okay.
Our course curriculum are designed in such a way that we make you continuously employable. And the third and one of the most important is socially responsible, right? You have to be socially responsible. You have to give it back to the society. You can only give it back to the society. You develop the mentality of giving it back to the society only if you are a good human being. You have been holistically developed by the university, and that is Vijayabhumi University is the only university who does that in the entire country. I can tell you that for sure, right? Over to you.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Shalini ma'am, would you like to add to this?
So I can add on the pathway part that
Yeah.
Kedge Business School now in India also. Just to tell you, we are among top 30 business schools in the world, and we are triple accredited. 1% schools in business schools in the world have triple accreditation, and we are fortunate to have that 1% triple crown accreditation with us. We are AMBA, IQS, and AAC accredited, and we are lucky to have our partnership with Vijay Bhumi University in India.
Mhm.
Vijay Bhumi University itself is one of those liberal professional universities. As sir mentioned, students have a choice to choose their own curriculum. Having said that, a student can do 4 years in India to get global curriculum in India itself through Kedge Business School, in which he can get, it's not mandatory. As Gautam sir said, everyone want to go to abroad. They don't know the purpose. So if they really want to have that international exposure, they can go for a student exchange program for a 3 months or 6 months semester. But we also have pathways where they can choose to do 2 years in India and 2 years in France. They can take exit as per NEP after 3 years and continue to do 2 years masters in France, or they can have integrated masters, which allows them to have their PG.
Thank you, ma'am. I would like to next ask Gautam sir. Sir, apart from clarity in students of what they want to do, what else do you think is required at a school level for students to pursue their future degrees or masters after school level?
See, things we need, actually, we need help from the universities that's run by a Dr. Ghosh and Shalini ma'am, because I need their participation more and more at the school level. I will tell you because there's an understanding, because of the global situation, that Shalini ma'am very correctly said that people get scared of sending their child at the early stage. In that case, if what collaborative courses these universities are having, or how they can go abroad for you can say a year or two during their course, if that way we can literate them, or we can have some engaging program with the parents, with teachers, as well as with the students, because sometimes they want to do certain courses but they don't know how to do. This is a very common thing. Like, so what I feel that I need that more and more private universities, they should come and participate, and they should come down to school level, not only in the career fairs or something like that. They must have certain program whole as a whole, that okay, you can do graduation in such a way that 2 years you can spend in India, 1 year you can go abroad, or for a 5 years integrated course where 3 years or 4 years you can spend in India, a particular university, and then from that you can go 1 year for abroad, that exposure, global exposure. So this is what we feel. And one more thing I want, that what I feel personally, that I want to give a proper exposure to my teachers. Because see, when in a class they talk references, that motivates the most. Like, I always encourage my teachers to go and visit some universities and then come back and talk about those in their class. Because still there is in India, in our part, eastern part, we have a myth that government universities are good. And I think Mr. Dr. Ghosh will agree with me that they have a myth that government universities means you're a good student. There was. Rather, it's still there in our part. Means you're a good student means you're from government university. But now the time is totally different. It's changed. Learning depends on facilities. Learning depends on discipline. Learning depends on the environment or the campus, which is politically free. I'm very sorry, but politically free. Now, government institutes, there's a different challenge. 70% institute, they don't have proper faculty. They are qualified, but they are busy into many other things. Number two, the equipments or the lab setup which they have might have expensive, but not updated, not maintained. And the biggest issue is the attendance. In a government college, even if a graduation I'm talking about mainly, I'm not talking about IITs or IIW like that, but in general, in a government college, you can be scot-free without going to the college on a regular basis. There is no proper communication between the college authorities and the parents or to the student. But if you go to a private university, you will get those facilities. But the problem is we don't talk about this plus points of a private university. Yes, it is expensive. So that private schools.
Yeah.
And it is not that Dr. Ghosh correctly said that don't go to the college or university where just you can pay and go. You need to go to the universities where there are certain criteria are there. Even those criteria are there for the private universities. So we got to be more vocal about this plus, where a student will go to the private university, he or she will learn and will be market ready. Because somewhere education is related to employability. Your employability quotient increases when you have a proper setup, a proper lab, a proper curriculum, a regular, you can say, communication. All these things are missing. Still, 70% students are going to a place where these things are not there. Just for the sake of saying, I'm going to a government institute. I am not against of any university, or not, I'm not for any type of university. What I want to say is that people must have that thing ready, or the concept that wherever I get the best education, I should send my kids over there. So these are the things. So I need more and more participation of private universities. They should come down to school level and do some awareness program. They must come down and talk about these points so that we can motivate more parents and students to go to private good universities.
So, sir, I'll ask my team to connect with you. They are based in Calcutta. We'll come and meet you soon.
Oh, thank you very much. Please, most welcome.
Sir, just one more question to you. How does your pathway programs benefit the students, or what are the elements that you incorporate in your pathway programs for students to be university ready?
See, as I already said, university ready means what? You got to be more and more self-sufficient. You got to be open for learning.
Hmm.
And you got to be more self-disciplined. Why I'm saying these three? Because in a school, numbers are less and they are under our direct guidance. And exposure to the world is less in case of a school. But the transition from school to university, the most important thing, how to handle your freedom. I always talk to them how to handle their freedom. A student of class 12, there are certain limitations. You know your timing, you know your classes, you know what time will go back, everything is monitored on a regular basis. But the moment he or she goes to university, he or she got to be more self-disciplined. Actually, we work more on soft skill than anything else. Number two, we do certain programs with our accounts and commerce teacher where we teach them the value for money. Value for money doesn't mean that okay, you are paying this much, you must get this much. No, value for money means during in that we also teach them value for time. So these are the ways we keep our help our students to be their university ready. And also with the curriculum, we invite this kind of universities that they should come and talk to them about what are the courses, what are the market trend, what kind of skill will help them to be more employable or what will increase their employability. These things we invite them and we have that kind of short conversation or awareness program in our school on a regular basis. Yes, Father.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. That was really insightful, especially as a grade 12 student myself. I think this is something that's going to really help me. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. My next question is for Dr. Anirban, sir. Sir, I wanted to ask you, regardless of the stream students choose, what do you think are some essential skills that students require for their future?
So again, one more very, very important question. So primarily, apart from the course curriculum, what else you should have it. So before I answer this question, I would like to say one more thing which you asked Sarkar sir, Gautam sir, in your previous question. So that is, going to international pathway is primarily students should know that why they are going there. Yes, it is currently very volatile in terms of politically very, very difficult, but yes, student needs to know why they are going there. Okay, it is not about going and studying in international school, but they need to know why are they going there. And these government colleges, yes, there are a couple of government colleges who are still at par with private institute, but they are very few and they take cream of the students. To get in there, you really need to work very, very hard. Okay, so having said that, the students' parents are now very, very aware of what they want to do. Now, parents are very well informed, students are very well informed what they want to do in life. Which are the, because everything is available on the internet right now, right? So if you compare, there are a lot of websites who tells you, which are the institutes are good for a particular stream. There are experts who gives you a lot of ideas that if you do an architecture course, if you do a fashion designing course, if you do a management course, which are the schools, which are the colleges you should be getting into, right? So those content is available right now. So nowadays parents and students are very well informed. Okay. Having said that, now your question, what are the couple of things? See, first of all, you need to be very, very sincere in terms of what you want to do. So there are, see, it's a question which will take some time for me to answer. You have to allow me that. First is you have to develop that kind of mindset where you know that what kind of life you want to lead in future. See, 18 to 25 years of age is a golden period. Every day is a golden period for you. You cannot waste any day, right? Now, what is happening is most of the kids, like I have got two kids, millennial, right? Gen Z, primarily. So, you guys are so the Gen Zs primarily are very distracted with the social media kind of thing, right? So you will have to completely disconnect with the social media, right? If you really want to develop that kind of confidence in you. So first is that develop a confidence. Second, you have to have a clear goal. If you do not, if at least you should have at least 30% idea what you want to do in life. And then your school principal, your school teachers, and when you come to the colleges like us, we as a mentor, head of the school, head of the institutions, we sit with you one on one, and then we refine your thought. We refine your thought, we refine your ideas while speaking to you. And then we'll give you a clear direction that this is what you want to do. So a clear direction, honesty, integrity, hard work, and as much less distraction as you can from social media. I tell all my students to uninstall social media apps. They are not required till you reach at the age of 25. You are not required to have in present in social media. Trust me. So these are the basic things which I think is very, very important to move ahead in life. Whether you go international, whether you remain over here, that's a different matter altogether. But to grow in life, you need to do that.
Yes, I will definitely think. And Shalini ma'am, do you have anything to say? What do you think is something that students, regardless of their curriculum, should have?
See, I always believe in, sorry, I'm traveling, so there must be some noise, but I
Okay.
always believe students should not follow the trend, as Dr. Ghosh earlier said. Uh, uh, Gautam sir also said there are government universities, private universities who are very much famous in the market. Students, I don't know why they want to follow the trend of getting into those universities, giving those entrance exams. They
Mhm.
should first review about their placements, the faculty. 70% of the faculty, as Sarkar sir said, are busy in doing their other projects with other universities. Believe me, government colleges classes do not happen regularly,
Mhm.
right? And there was a news. I don't know whether you follow the news or not, but there was a news. A DU topper who had so many medals and certificates. She is sitting at home without job from last 2 years. Yeah, there was a news about it a couple of months back. And there are private universities who are charging bomb as a fees from students. But believe me, I have been to one of the project to one of the companies. There one people who are working at just for around 15-20,000 per month. To my shock, they were from one of the top business college, and they were facing challenges of working 11 hours in such a small salary, and they have paid more than 10-11 lakh per annum to the college. They were not expecting this kind. So students should not follow the trend. They should do a lot of review, go through the reviews and Google search, and then decide which college they should get. Especially alumni network, especially the placement records of that particular college.
So I would like to conclude by thanking my school principal, Dr. Manila Carvalho, Delhi Public School, Bangalore East, and EduTV founder, Mr. Pranav sir and Ms. Tanya Sethi, and of course, the three eminent guests that we had with us today who have shared really, really meaningful and I think very important things for us students, which is definitely going to help us, especially me. So I really thank sir for this opportunity given. And thank you everyone for sharing your words and giving us your time today.